Hello guys, how are you? Today's session is can be considered exclusively for the students who passed class 10 ICSE or CBSE and for their parents in order to clarify their mind whether to go for CBSE plus 2 or they are opting for college or outside for preparation to places like Kota or Delhi or somewhere else. So, first of all, before choosing an option, what you need as a parent or as a student to consider, first of all, the student and the student has to consider his own potential. He must know his potential. The parents also need to understand what their children are capable of, because class 10 means up to class 10, when you have passed board exams, it's quite clear that what my child is capable of, or children also know what they are capable of. There is no doubt that even after a bad performance in class 10, people have recovered and they have excelled in life, and so as is expected from everyone. But even they excel in life only if they understand that what they are capable of. So knowing your potential and accepting your potential is very important, so that from there you can work hard to increase it. If there are few instances where children fetch 50% marks, 60% marks, and they just make excuses, different kind of excuses, and say, "Nah, I was worth this, I was worth that." No, I am worth 50% today, but it will not be the case tomorrow. That is what should be the perception. So that's a different thing. Let's come back to our today's topic is that is choosing how to choose. The first thing is potential, and the strictly speaking, potential is clearly reflected by your mark sheet. Though generally means there can be an instance where mark sheet they are saying na ki this piece of paper cannot define my destiny. All those kind of things are there, but practically speaking, your potential has already been reflected by your mark sheet, unless you met a severe mishap or something during the board exams. Otherwise it is reflected there. So that you have to understand ki what does my mark sheet say. Second thing, you have to understand your finances. It's very important for the parents, for the children to understand uh, which decision to be taken according to my economy, according to the you have to be wise and choose that suits your economy. Of course this should be considered as a priority. You can just do away with lots of things which are not so necessary in the family, and you can take this into consideration, that yes, the child has to go somewhere, or means he has to be given that facility which can be good for his or her studies or career. Of course that must be your priority, and I consider that you think like that. Means there are things, you can delay the purchase of a car, you can delay the purchase of a flat, you can delay everything, but you can give this priority, because this is a very crucial period of a child when he crosses class 10. Third thing is family. Why have I taken this into account? Family, mother, father, of course, for a child. Because I have come across few of the students who were quite capable of going out and studying, even they could manage financially, but somehow they felt that their father or their mother needs them. Maybe they are sick or something like that, one of the parent be sick. So because of this, many students don't even think of this option of going out and studying. So for them, I would like to say that you have to sacrifice the emotions. If you are the only one to look after your parents, still you have to sacrifice your emotions, leave them at destiny. Though it might sound a bit harsh, but still I would say, leave them at destiny for the next few years only, if not very difficult for them to live like that. Leave them at destiny for the next few years and then come back strong in your life and then look after them. So this will, what will this do actually, uh, is that you are much better prepared. You are then prepared for them as well as you are prepared for yourself. You yourself will not become a liability to the country. You will be an asset then. So that is it. Means this should not be very difficult to opt or to choose from. Why? Because it is simple that this will only be considered as an excuse later in your life, when you will just think ki, mm, I could have at that time opted to go out. Nothing much could have happened to my parents and all that. So these are the 3 points for which you have to consider while choosing your career after class 10. Now, after class 10, there are three major options. One, whether to go for CBSE plus 2. Second, and in this also, whether to go for CBSE plus 2, you can have two options. You can go for regular classes, attend the school regularly, and or you can go to somewhere, means Kota or Delhi, or join some bright coaching institutes, and then just go for a non-schooling plus 2. Then you can also, the second thing is to you can choose state board. Of course, you can choose the state board, and state board means going to colleges. Of course, going to colleges are generally considered to be, means by the students it is considered to be a less trodden option, not because the success rate is low, just because they have been in CBSE schools for the last 10 years and then going to the state board, they feel that they get into a kind of inferiority complex also, which is completely futile to think about. Why I'm saying, I'll elaborate it later in the video. Now let us first discuss about what are the things when you go to a CBSE plus 2 school. If you are opting for attending a regular class, in this option your coaching classes are a secondary option, secondary priority, means secondary resource. They become, coaching classes become a secondary resource when you are opting a regular school classes. Other thing is you can stay with the family. If you are, means if you are studying in the same school, you can go to plus 2 in the same school, or in the town you can go to a different school for plus 2. You can stay with the family. If you want to crack a competition whatsoever, because after plus 2 your journey to competition starts, means you start filling the forms of different competitions, or you have a plan what to crack off. So after plus 2, if you want to crack IIT or whatever, medical or whatever, you must be good at your self study, because you are opting a plus 2 school. Plus 2 schools are not going to give you that kind of an intense material or intense targeted study methodology, which is adopted by coaching institutes. Of course the classes will run normally, means for a competition what you have to do, that you will have to do it on your own. You have to rely on self study, which is very very much worth doing. It's not that you cannot do this. So you have to rely on self study. Nowadays in our times, these online materials were not available at up to this extent, but nowadays you have lots and lots of online material resources. But let me tell you, online resources are helpful only if you are good at self study, and being good at self study, you need another video to discuss that. Of course, we'll discuss. I'll make a video of methodologies and techniques how self-study can be so wonderfully planned that it can go to an extent that it can replace coaching and all. So self-study with online resources, it will simply prove to be a boon. It will simply take you to different heights if it is properly done. So you don't that is why I say ki if you don't go to a different place for preparations also, even then you don't have to feel dejected, or you have to feel that something is missing which I could have done. There should be no such senses. Join online test series, you can replace that. You prepare things properly with online material and with the books, and then you have the option of going for test series of different institutes like Allen, Akash, or whatever. In this mode of study, self discipline is one of the one of the keys to success, of course. So you have to be self disciplined, your life has to be routined, and the study should be properly targeted, not only weekly, monthly, but daily targets has to be made. You have to frequently self test yourself. Self testing yourself means study the topic, get the concepts, get it cleared from the teachers, from the coaching institutes where you will join locally also, and then you have to test yourself. This is very important. So that is attending regular classes. The next thing that has to be considered is finances. In this, I think 60 to 70,000. It depends upon the schools, of course, but on an average, 60 to 70,000 means below 1 lakh. You will have to spend in 2 years. Tuitions will attract almost 20,000 of money to complete all the courses of 2 years. Approx it is. Means it depends upon the town, different towns, but this is what will require for this. This mode of study, intense self motivation is required, because see, the only basic difference means, of course, they give a lot, the coaching institutes there in Kota or in Delhi or wherever, but the base lies in the fact that they are capable of creating an atmosphere where a student has to think only and only about the goal that they have targeted. For in this course of action of the students, of course, the coaching institutes provide wonderfully well teaching, excellent resources, doubt clearing, everything is there, but that all such things have a replacement, let me tell you. Even if you are staying back at the town, if at this age of online materials and internet being so cheap, still it cannot exactly replace the physical presence of yours there, but to a great extent you cannot use this as an excuse for not cracking IITs or medical or anything. It has that much of potential. The second option is non-schooling. The first what I discussed was attending regular classes. The second option is of non-schooling, and in this mode of your journey to after class 10, one thing changes completely, and that is coaching becomes the primary resource. Your coaching institute is the primary resource, coaching becomes the primary resource, and this resource is no doubt, there's no doubt about it, that this resource is much more reliable in terms of the fact that you are trying to crack IITs or medical, because schools do not even promise you that. They are meant for +2 syllabus only. So in that case, you are at a much comfortable place. Coaching becomes your primary resource. in most cases, means because there are concentrated centers for world class coachings for IITs and medicals. In most cases you are going to leave your family. That means you are, for the very first time in your life, you are going to go and stand upon yourself. You have to manage the stress. You have to learn to cook, maybe, or eat somewhere else, not from the hands cooked, something from cooked from the hands of your mother, of course. So all these things are there, though most people manage it very easily, but in some cases the time taken by a student to get adapted to this new situation is much more than they can cope up with for catching the syllabus. So this is very important. Once you are back in the coaching institutes, because they are very fast, they go very fast, and if you are a month or 2 months back to begin your studies seriously, thinking that I have just come now from my house, my mother, my father is there, how will I adjust? Means if all these worries are going to be there in you, all these anxieties are going to be there in you, then you will be far behind. And then when you get adapted to the situation and you want to launch into your studies, you feel frustrated because everyone is quite ahead of you. So this beginning is very important. You have to begin early. Of course, stress management does not become a factor for those students who stay in hostels even in before class 10. Uh, so you have to start early, immediately. In fact, immediately after the boards. Hot choices, of course, is Kota, Patna, Ranchi, Bokaro. Especially, I am talking about the people of this area, Jharkhand and Bihar. So you will be opting UP. You will be opting Kota, Delhi, Patna, Ranchi, Bokaro, Banaras, Allahabad. Maybe these can be there. Whatsoever is the situation, in most cases you have to leave your family, and your life completely changes at once. So that you have to get adapted to it very quickly. Otherwise, you are not. Means things will go in such a way that you will feel feel yourself getting behind others if you don't start early. That is a problem. So you don't have a time to adapt yourself. You have to take care of certain things. Number one, I have already discussed, you have to start early. Number two, as soon as you reach to a new place, the first concern should be taking proper care of your health. Once your health issue starts to raise, it will spoil almost 1 2 3 months, maybe, means depends. So this is very important. You have to take care of your health right in the beginning, in the first month especially. In fact, in the first month you can be more concerned about your health than your coaching, so that after that you don't have to waste any time in taking care of your health. You get adapted to the situation, the food, the water, everything. Because this actually, as soon as you leave your place and go to such places, your health issues are actually waiting for you. So you don't have to let them creep into your career building efforts. Backlog becomes a very big problem, and let me tell you, life is completely changed after class 10th. The way of studies completely changed, the syllabus completely changed. It's like you are going to fall into the sea, not from the river but from a pond. Means syllabus of class 10 is like pond. You don't have to study much in any aspect, but as you launch yourself into class 11th, you find the whole lot of, means, vast syllabus, lots of things to studies. The level of definitions, the level of numericals, the level of things worth remembering, everything hugely change. So you will get into regular backlogs if it begins. You don't have to let it creep into your efforts. Must remember that syllabus postponed is syllabus lost. Syllabus postponed is syllabus lost. That means if you are going to postpone something on tomorrow or maybe after tomorrow, you are going to lose completely. You will not get time to come back and study it. You have to be in that frame of mind. So please don't do that. No ghar wapsi for 2 years, of course. Means you have to take this into consideration that you are not going to come back for next 2 years. Of course, you will come during the exams of 11th, or means your travel now should, for these 2 years, your travel should only be based on your academics, and you must appear at the school exams. That gives you practice of how you are going to write for your exams, because students tend to get into a very different mode of competitions, and they forget that how they are going to appear at the +2 exams, and how they have to write, and what they have to do there. So you have to be concerned about that. uh, Most students go in group only, means 2 or 3 or 4 students from a town goes there and they make a group. Please be selective in making a group, and make a group, of course, for your group study, not for anything else. For your group study, meet with your friends, share each other's problems that you face at that time in the beginning. But after 1 month or so, when you get adjusted, you please avoid uselessly roaming around in groups, and be particular about not spending time with the group purposelessly, uselessly. Yes, but for group study, they are very important, and group study is, for me, it is considered as next best form of study after self study. So group study is important, and you must get into the habit of forming a group for your studies. If you talk about finances, school charges generally, if you are going for a non-schooling, it lies between 40 to 50,000 approx. Coaching charges in quota, I have an idea. They take almost 1,50,000 to 2 lakh for 2 years, for completing your syllabus of +2 also, and for giving you that extra touch of IIT and medical, of course. Fooding and lodging, that takes almost it depends upon how you are going to spend there, but 5,000 to 6,000 is enough for a student to stay there. uh, so that is what is about finances. So these are the options for the students who want to go to a CBSE school, or if you want to go to non-schooling coaching. Now let us come to the students who are going to opt for state board or colleges, especially, means those who have opted to leave the board they have been studying for the last 10 years, and they go to colleges. Let me tell you one thing, that rest assured about one fact, that if you are opting for college, language is not becoming a bar. There is no problem with the language. You can write, learn, and study in English even if you go to a college. So this is not going to be a problem. Don't stand before your parents and just make excuses that now my studies have gone into a bin. Means I'm not going to study. I cannot study like this. Well, all these kind of excuses are worthless. You can excel in your life even if you go to college. First thing you have to keep in mind, first of all, you decide according to as in the beginning of the video I told you that you have to decide according to your finances, and you have to understand that these are not going to become any kind of a decision which is going to become a rock in the path of your success. No, let me tell you, success has no claim and failure has no excuse. So think like that. So those who are opting to go for colleges, you have to apply before the result comes. You have to use your admit card and pre-board results and apply in the colleges. This is very important. You have to choose a good college of your town, of course. Attend the college regularly, because nowadays I don't think there are colleges where classes don't run. I think in all the colleges, means those days are gone when the colleges did not run the classes, they were only on papers. Now classes run in the colleges. Go attend the classes regularly, they are very helpful. You may choose to write the exams in English because language is not a problem, they give option. You will also join a coaching in your town, of course, if you are going to colleges, because one place you need where you can go every day and have your doubts cleared. So you have to join a coaching in the town. Coaching looks a better option than tuitions because they offer some kind of a competition and a group. So coaching will be better, but it depends upon your potential, what you want to do, means whether you need personal care at this level. I don't think you need, but if you find yourself once again I will get back to that point, that you must understand your potential, you must understand where you stand. That is very important. That helps you take right decisions. So if you feel that I am weak in chemistry, I don't know even things of class 8 of chemistry, then you just go for a tuition of chemistry where teacher can come and take you from class 8 to inter. So that is the best part of knowing one's own potential. So it depends upon your potential, you can go for that. Now here also you have an option of joining online test series, which is very cheap. You can afford it. Even if you go to colleges, you can join online test series in the field in which you are interested, what you want to do after your intermediate. So join online test series, attend them, get the marks, get the result, and then hustle down with the mistakes you commit in the tests and all that. Means those kind of things you can do it. Self discipline here is a must because colleges do not offer you an atmosphere where they demand discipline from you a lot. So self discipline, if you want to achieve something after intermediate, you want to crack a competition, these 2 years you have to consider as if you are in school only. You go to college, you attend the classes, you come back, and you have to spend that much of time in studies. You have to consider yourself as a child of class 10 because people tend to start feeling a kind of seniority, means undue seniority kind of a thing after class 10. So that will hamper your preparation because that will demand different kinds of activities, going to the to market uselessly, spending time with friends, all those kind of things which you should avoid for another 2 years. Keep in touch with your friends who have gone to Kota or Delhi or somewhere. If you have friends and they have gone, you don't just avoid falling prey to inferiority complex, please. You know your situation at present, accept it and fight to change it. Don't Lots of students, they what they do, they feel shy talking to the friends who have gone outside to study. What they will think, I could not afford and all that. They know that you cannot afford, and you don't know, or if you don't want to know, and that is the problem. So you know you cannot afford, you have stayed back and in the town, and you are going to the college because of this, but you don't want that the next generation of your family does the same. So you will work hard for this. That should be your purpose. And whatever is required, you are going to do for it. So what is required is talk to those friends, get help from them, get materials from them. If you have a good friendship, they will certainly offer you. Get materials from them, learn about their tests that is being conducted. Make a group, WhatsApp group maybe, kind of a thing, which can help all of you share things among yourselves. So these things will help you, and this will keep you involved. The most important part, this will keep you involved, this will keep you motivated, this will keep that zeal alive in you, which is much required for all these kind of preparations. So that is important. Seek material and interact in solutions with those friends. Self belief is most important part. You have to believe yourself that even if I am here, I am going to crack it out. You can lead the way. you can exemplify others, and you can look into the examples from others also, those who have done. I know many students even of mine who have cracked NIT, IIT, and who are very successful today in their field, and they did their plus 2 in colleges and in the same town. So it's not at all a matter so grave that you have to get into that inferiority complex. Get rid of that. Finally, I would like to tell that any such kind of thing only appears to be an excuse in the long run. Third is two things we discussed. The first one, those who are going to go to CBSE, non-schooling. The second one I discussed, and those who are going to go to regular classes, CBSE regular classes. Third thing I discussed, those who are going to opt for board, state board. And now the next we are going to discuss about those who are going to opt for ICSE plus 2. Though it is a rare option that people choose these days, means I am the people whom I am aware of, it's not a very popular option, but I don't find any reason for this. I don't know what kind of the myth actually is that CBSE conducts all the competitive exams in India. That is a myth, and they feel that the syllabus has to be CBSE in plus 2 so that the syllabus of their competitions do match. So this is a myth only. You don't have to take it as a fact. The truth is, according to the new NEP, new education policy, even the CBSE has been given complete freedom from any kind of competitive exams, most of the competitive exams that they were conducting. So they have been freed for them. CBSE is no more conducting such exams as per the new NEP. However, even if it would have been conducting, how can it make a difference? It does not. Why do I say that? This is completely my opinion, because most of the people I have met, they have said that go for CBSE because CBSE is going to, means all the competitions are according to that CBSE Indian board, means those kind of things is. But I'll tell you, I see, if you are capable of handling a vaster syllabus which is more vast than CBSE, if you are capable of if your English is good, because English is the one thing that ICSE demands more than in CBSE, and the other thing is that you have to study a few of the part of syllabus in class 11th in ICSE, which you will study in class 12 in CBSE. Otherwise, this is not going to make a difference. The syllabus is not going to make a difference. The study pattern is not going to make a difference. I would rather say that ICSE offers in most places offers a serious atmosphere in the school, especially for those who are going to go for a regular schooling. English does demand a bit more in ICSE, of course. So that is what I would not like to tell much about going to ICSE. Why? Because the things which require is almost same as you are choosing a CBSE plus 2 school. So but this myth I would like to completely get away with, is that choosing ICSE over CBSE will make your path difficult in the course of your competitions. That is a completely useless thing to understand. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Now you have to make your own decisions, but this video was not actually meant to be informative. Though I shared lots of information, it was not meant to be informative. Instead, it was meant to be more motivational, motivational than informative, and it was specially intended to bring clarity in decision if you have not decided. Next is it was intended to tell you that even if you have decided something from the video, you must have understood that your decisions are in if you have decided any one of these which we discussed, your decision is not going to make any difference whatsoever in your path, in your effort towards competition preparation. The one thing that I wanted to tell you is that this, you have to be contented with whatever you have already decided or whatever you are going to decide. Feel satisfied about it, and then start with all the fervor and enthusiasm, because the last thing I would like to conclude this video with is, I would be more than happy if I could make you believe that success is not a matter of selection of the options given, but a matter of your response to the selection you make. So this was the final sentence I wrote about. Of course, I do prepare for these kind of videos which I am going to show you. If I could, not getting an option. Anyway, I will move it. So this is where I have prepared everything, and see the final sentence, the last sentence that okay, it was it's inverted. Okay. Anyway, so this was the first proper my YouTube video for you all. I hope you would like this. I hope it will find its intentions achieved in all of you, in all my students and others, wherever you are. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.